Hello, this is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Welcome to our YouTube channel, Service Management Leadership. Today's video is number 9 in our series on ITIL Release and Deployment Management, adapted from BMC, the ITSM toolmaker, their website, a white paper. And this is number 9. And so we want to talk about the fourth and last phase of a release. We want to talk about reviewing and closing a deployment. Since we're talking about release and deployment management, closing, so it gets handed off from release to deployment and then gets closed. We're going to discuss that in this video. But first, I want to encourage you to look down in the description below for the playlists that are linked to related topics of release and deployment management and service transition. So when we look to close a deployment, we get to now look back and say, how successful was it? We want to gather feedback. Feedback is one of those things that everybody thinks is great as long as it's positive, right? When we're patting each other on the back going, yay, you did a great job, it's all great. I love feedback. But this is the point in terms of closing a deployment that we want to gain feedback, because next time we do a release of similar configuration items, we want to make sure we do it even better, right? How can we be less disruptive? How can we deploy in a more timely fashion? And so this feedback is gathered and evaluations are performed against performance goals, with the results being reviewed and discussed by all involved. This is one area where many organizations don't try hard enough, in my view, because if our goal is to get better, we need to be measuring how all of the people involved, all of the technology involved, even the vendors involved, how did they perform? And so these reviews should be careful, they should be thorough, they should be confirming the quality requirements have been met, that sufficient knowledge transfer has been completed, training was performed, and that any known errors, any fixes, any changes have been adequately documented. Additionally, change management should conduct a post-implementation review, PIR for short, for this release, just to try to say, how can we do this better next time, even if it was successful. Lastly, and very much as important as anything else, a deployment isn't considered closed. I used air quotes because closed, or completed until support has been formally and fully transitioned over to service operations. We cannot consider a deployment closed while we're on early life support. We cannot consider a deployment closed when we're still working out all the fixes for the incidents that popped up during our deployment. It's only closed when we fully transition this over to operations. This is Jeffrey T. Fertiller. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel. Please like or share the video. Subscribe to our channel. Leave me feedback below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn. Hope you have a great day. Bye.